Hi, you can't see my face. So anyway, this is the Antec Dark Cube Beyond the Limits. Yes, the box is also pretty huge to the point where we have to zoom out so you can't really see my face, and the box is kind of big, also kind of heavy. So let's quickly take this out of the box first and see what's inside. Whoop. Is this considered a premium case?
Yes, it is.
No wonder the packaging is so premium. Oh, quick mention, Antec quality, 2 years of warranty. Okay, the case is out of the box, but I think we should take a look at the accessories box first. This is quite heavy for an accessories box. So, opening up, wow, screw box. I didn't expect this. A screw box with a few more segregators inside, so you can literally reuse this box and customize however you want. I have my own personal collection of screw box that is very similar to this type of design. So for Antec to just literally include it with the case, good. And then user manual, I think we'll need this because of how modular this case is. And then this one is top panel. Is it top panel or bottom panel?
Front. It is actually front panel. You can choose whether you want to use the mesh front
or glass.
tempered glass.
So this case has a very interesting design. I don't know where to start. Literally don't know where to start. Let's just start from the front lah. We'll talk about the AIO ports. So microphone, headphone jack, double USB 3.0 type A's, one type C, and then that's it for the front panel. Can I take this out? So that's how you take it out. It's very simple. Locking mechanisms here can literally tell me the story of how it's assembled, since we also have the tempered glass version. So we just leave this aside. I mean, we're gonna disassemble the whole thing anyway. This one acts as a mesh and a filter. Yeah, and then it's only held on by some screws, so if you want to do some deep cleaning, unscrew it, take out the entire mesh, go for a wash. So at the front here, you can mount like double 120mm fans, and then really nothing much. It's just a direct air intake go inside the case. So taking a look at the side here, you can see there's also one bar of vents alongside with some other vents around the sides of the top here, this little gap. Not sure if you can see it, but we'll have some footage. Okay, so looking at the back here, we can see this layout for the case motherboard is weird. It's inverted layout, and then we have a handle here, and I think this is where we take it out, is it?
Yeah, you sort of pull it like a drawer out.
Then you assemble, push it back in.
Yes.
Now how do we take it out? Seems like, yeah, very simple pegs. Wow, this is a very thick tempered glass.
Way thicker than 4.
Yeah. You can see how thick the tempered glass is. I mean, this thing is hefty for one. And it's also
secure
thick.
using the pegs, 4 pegs around it.
4 pegs, and these pegs, I would say they held on really well. Yeah, real solid. But okay, we take out the second side panel. Also very thick tempered glass. So, okay, good job. At the back here, we have a total of 4 thumb screws. 1, 2, 3... No, 3, 4. Around the 4 near corners of the case. So, I think if we loosen up all these 4 screws, we can take out the motherboard tray. Hopefully that's the case, not too sure. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Am I right? I am! Woo! Wow, what is it stuck on?
I think the front...
We finally got it fixed. Turns out it's something that Antec will need to take a look at. You'll see this fan filter is not easily accessible from the bottom, as what we mentioned earlier. So you cannot dismantle the bottom part and gain easy access to the fan filter. what you need to do is take out those aforementioned 4 thumb screws around this corner here. Then this thing can slide out, and then you can take out this fan filter here. And this fan filter goes on its own separate rail right below the casing's rail, I mean the main frame's rail. So what happened to our unit is that this fan filter literally ripped itself out or something, and then it got stuck floating in there. Then it interfered with this main frame's sliding mechanism. So yeah, Antec, please take note on this. Maybe just make it direct access from the bottom, and then this issue will
not be an issue because it fell off during shipping. So
maybe if they just make it directly sticking to the bottom case here, like many other cases, it's much more easily accessible and then easily serviceable, and also this kind of issue that we had wouldn't happen to any users. So back to this case here, I really like the smoothness of this. And one thing is that the entire I/O port also slides in along with you. And how it's connected to the real I/O panel there is through something like a PCI slot finger thing. Now the main question is, can I actually take out the entire frame?
Trial?
Trial? I mean, that's our job, right? We're meant to try all this stuff.
Oh.
Okay, so now we can put this frame aside and take a look at this. Oh, this is very lightweight. This is extremely lightweight. Okay. So looking at this very unconventional motherboard layout, I mean in today's standard, back in the days there are a lot of inverted motherboard layouts. So we should take a look at it like this. This case supports standard M-ATX motherboards. So you can mount your motherboard first. They already have a lot of this post for you, the motherboard post. Then big CPU cutout for installation of any coolers if you want to hot swap it to. Then at the back there, another 120mm fans if you want to add in any. To my surprise, there is no fans included with this case, so you have to provide your own. And then at the bottom here, the power supply cutout. This is humongous. So if you can see here, you put your power supply there, and then all your cables go here. This big cutout is where all your cables can come out. Actually, that's the only way for all your cables to come out. There is no rubber grommets or anything to route all your cables behind the motherboard tray.
You can mount the 3.5 directly in this hole.
Okay, I think you can.
And
yeah, screw it back from here, and then at the front here there's another. Let me just take out the entire bracket.
This is the hard drive or drive storage cage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's...
Now the cables are tied to it.
Yeah, wait for a while. This is where it's supposed to go. So at the back, you have 4 screws at the far edges here to screw in the large 3.5-inch drives. Then inside here, you can slot in another 2.5. So technically, you can have 2. One thing I really like though, everything here is using thumb screws. Everything is thumb screw. So ease of access, except for the fan filter. I mean, this is a very toolless design. I don't think you can vertically mount your GPU at all, but it will be inverted, so all the air will get sucked in from the top of the case, which is why you have vents around this part here and also at the sides. But no fan filters for the top though. So now let's say you have finished assemble your motherboard, your whatever components into the main part of this case, and you want to slide back the entire inner frame into the outer frame. Let's see how easy that goes, because from what I can think of, it's not really that simple. So I don't even know where to align. Assuming I got this right, this should be it.
There are railings at the top here.
Rails. Ooh! Okay, quick tip for you guys. Quick tips. So you can see little pegs here. It's kind of difficult to see. I hope you can see this. Let me rotate it to the camera. Can. Yeah, so you see these little pegs here. They got 4 of them. The bottom ones, I don't know how I got it aligned, but they magically got aligned. At the top here, you also got to align the pegs to this little gap here in between, right below the circle. Then, once you got that aligned, it's good to go. Real smooth actually.
I'm quite surprised how smooth it goes in.
I'm also quite surprised. Number one, this is not lubed, and then it's grinding metal on metal, I suppose.
But it feels like
Plastic or
Plastic.
metal, whatever material it is. If there's no lube, it's supposed to be rough, but this is very smooth, so good.
for this case, I think the best way for you to build is to include a decent AIO cooler for this.
AIO Cooler.
They have a rather big cutouts at the front there.
Yeah, the only place that you can mount fans is only the front, to 120, or maybe there's a bigger hole
you
here
can
for the AIO.
140, but
I doubt 140 can fit though. I mean, by the looks of it,
from the screw holes, you can actually put 240 fans. As for the cutout, it is best you can use the 240mm AIO radiator.
then the back here, 120mm. That's it. There's no bigger screw holes.
It looks like 140 though.
You sure?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like 140. So putting back the case together, instead of putting back this mesh, let's just put the tempered glass instead. I mean, for looks, it's pretty simple. Again, align these hooks to the side. Easy aligned. Okay, got that in, push it down so you can see the whole thing slide in. That's it, tempered glass.
If you have fancy AIO cooler with fancy RGB fans, then yeah,
Look at this. This is where RGB is supposed to be.
there are some of those light diffusers.
Yeah, so
on four
I would
corners.
presume 4 corners?
Yes,
four corners.
Yeah,
So
four
you
corners.
have 4 hot zones for RGB. I presume it's also configurable with your cases, since it has an internal RGB header. Plug it into your motherboard. Then this whole thing will light up like a Christmas tree, although its name is called Dark Cube. What's the price?
Okay, the official price tag for the Antec, this is the Antec Dark Cube, is 879 ringgit Malaysia.
Oof! Ooh, that is a hefty price.
For the design and kind of modularity design, especially the removable internal chassis, you are paying the price for a rather unique design of the case.
Oh, I especially like the front IO part connecting via that finger thing. So once you slide it out, you literally can take this whole thing out to the dust. Not the Counter-Strike map, but the dust. Clean it up, then air compressor. Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about ESD. That's the good part. Then you can reassemble back the whole thing easily. And for the internal frame, once you literally disassemble it, it becomes like an open test bench situation.
Yes.
Yeah, lor, that's it. That's all we have to share with you about the Antec Dark Cube. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.